up today and become a part of this educational community of traders, just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, Larry Pesavento for TFNN. We're going to do something totally different today, folks. We're going to go live on these markets here because we've got something very exciting happening today. This morning at 3 o'clock my time, I got a phone call from John Jameson over in the Isle of Man. Most of you know that John writes my newsletter for me, Trade What You See, and he's incredibly smart. His main focus, of course, has been computers his whole life. And he was involved with bringing the internet to everyone, and he knows about browsers. And he said the internet changed in 1993 when Mosaic came out with the web browser that allowed people to use the internet. And he said just a few months ago, Microsoft has come out with ChatGPT, and he said it is bigger than Mosaic coming out in 1993. And he said, Larry, he said, I know you don't know a lot about technical stuff. He said, but you have to listen to me now. He said, because this is really important. And he said, I'm going to give you a demonstration of it today. And I said, okay, well, I posted a little chart in the room from the Floor Trader's Handbook, because when John came here to visit me, I met John 20 years ago. I went over to Perth where he was living. He came over here. We became friends over the years. But 5 years ago, he came over and spent a great deal of time with me because we were looking at artificial intelligence and a bunch of other things, and he had the idea for the Floor Trader's Handbook to put everything together. And that's what we do here is when we're looking at these markets, we're looking at the opening price, we're looking at market statistics, that's ABCD, we're looking at standard deviation, and we're also looking at what's the other harmonic numbers, which are very important. I'll give you some example of these, but he wanted to go through this today to show me what was happening. And so all I did was listen to him from early in the morning, and then he said, this is what should happen. He was telling me this now hours ahead of time and using it on the computer. And I said, why is this so important? He said, well, this program that they have, he said, is so sophisticated that all you have to do is to tell it what to do and it'll do it. He said, so I programmed some of these things into the artificial intelligence program to tell me what is going to happen here in the next few hours. And believe it or not, folks, that's flat out exactly what happened. And I'm going to share it with you now. I'm going to go. This might be a little fragmented today because I just got this a little while ago. But to me, it was really, really quite amazing. It all started here, and I want to get it to you so we'll be able to see it here. This is where we were. This was quite early in the morning, long before the markets opened. You'll see here. Here was when we took out the lows. Remember that important low at the 39.40. Let's try it again, Larry. 39.48. Okay, it took out that low, and immediately the AI said it's supposed to rally up into this zone right up in here at that time. So I said, okay, well, if it's a 3 drive to a bottom pattern, and I bought it, folks, at 39.44 with a $3 stop. And it rallied all the way up. I'm only going to go through part of this because I don't want to get this into a technical, thing with a skunk because I don't understand the technicals about it. All I know, I was watching what the forecast was supposed to be, and of course we did. We got all the way up into this area right here. We got up to 39.72. So we rallied 30 handles, almost 30 handles, all the way up to this top. And now we're going sideways with a downward bias. Folks, it's coming in here in a half an hour. In a half an hour, we should be making a bottom here. And if this is a real bottom, and if it is a real bottom, we could be looking at one hell of a rally today. But the fact that you could do something like this, ahead of time is really, truly amazing. And John said, hey, it's not me. He said, I just asked the AI program what to do, and it told me what to do. And he said, Larry, he said, I can program these things. You know, when we work with the Flow Traders Handbook and all the ABC patterns, everything, folks, is based on A, B, C, D, and these harmonic numbers. Look at this as part of the harmonic numbers. The numbers repeat over and over again. I mean, we've done so many iterations of this thing, but, you know, they expand and contract, and that's what you're looking for. So what you're waiting for is when you have an expansion or a contraction of these numbers, when they come in at certain times, and we have that because we have done the time work also. And when you look at the time, it gives you a very, very strong possibility of where the highs and lows of the day are going to be during the day. And by golly, you know, I know it's working today. It might not work tomorrow. But by golly, when you see something today and you get it to such perfection, you have to say, God, there must be really something to this. And so I listened to him for about an hour and a half. And he said, the good news, Larry, he says, we're going to be able to show the folks at TFNN when I do my show each day. He said, we're going to start doing some of these live so they can see them actually happening. So that's what we're doing today, folks. I'm just going to be showing you where we are now. So it takes me just 1 second here because I need to update what the AI program is doing right now because it's coming down just the way we hoped it would. So hold on just a second here and you will see. And there's where we are. We got till we got about another 25 minutes here. So just give me 1 second. I have to send that to myself, and then I'll get it up here for ready to you folks. Here it is. And remember, this was done many, many hours ago, boys and girls. So hold on here just a second. You could do this yourself, actually, but, you know, with a computer, it's a whole lot faster. But see, what it's saying now is, now remember, this is all time sensitive, folks. It has nothing to do with price. When it got to here, it went a little bit higher. Now we're coming down into the lows here, somewhere between 12 or 11. Well, let's call it my time. Well, let's do it in New York, so people understand it better. We're at 1:15 New York right now, so around 135. We should start going up, and we should not take these lows out. If we do, that's not a big deal because remember, it's time sensitive. So we want to see where we're going to be here in about 20 minutes. So that's what we're going to be watching, okay? That's why I was so excited about what I was talking about yesterday because the darn thing has just been lining up just absolutely perfectly. Plus, he showed one other market, which happened to be the bond market, was doing pretty much the same thing. And all these things are repetitions of what happened. My AI program, because it's short term, you know, it's only for 1 day, all it does is it takes what happened on Wednesday and jumps over to what happened on Monday. And within about a 10-minute bar time, if you can move those things over into Wednesday, you're going to get a pretty good idea of where the market's supposed to turn. And if you add it to to what the pattern is doing, which is AB equals CD or harmonic numbers, bada bing, bada boom, you've got something that really, really looks pretty good. So that's what we're paying attention to here this morning. I hope you like it as much as I do. And you know what, folks, if you don't, that's okay too, because I like it and I enjoy doing it, and that's what makes it fun. And today, I just couldn't believe in the 2-hour period how my energy and excitement level leapt when he said ahead of time what was going to happen, and it did exactly what it was supposed to happen. He also did another one that I'll post to you here that was quite interesting, and that is the Japanese yen. We'll be right back, folks. 877-927-6648.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, we're back, folks, and we have a caller. I just don't know how he got through today with all the lines flashing like they were. Steve from Michigan is on the handle. What's up, my friend?
Hey, how you doing today, Larry?
Just living the dream, my friend. You asked about UNG. I posted the chart, and we've completed a big ABCD down there. Are you already in the stock?
I'm already in, but I was just curious if you could take a look at the commitment of traders report for the natural gas.
Steve,
See,
it's beyond my pay grade, my son. I don't understand that report, and by the time you get it, it's already late. So I really don't. The guy that really knows that, and I will ask him, and that's Larry Williams. He follows it very closely, but none of my friends that my close trading buddies, none of us, we don't follow that.
Really?
And I'm sure it means something. Do you have some information on it? So please share it with us.
No, I'm just curious to get your take on it, but I didn't realize you didn't use it.
I don't use it at all, Steve. I haven't used it for years. When it first started coming out back in the late 70s, I looked at it, but I'm an ABCD guy. I look at the bar charts. That tells me whether people are buying or selling or not. I don't care who they are or what they're doing, but if prices are going up, there's more buyers. Prices are going down, there's more sellers. I look at point D. And if I say, hey, that looks like a pretty good deal, and I'm not involved with natural gas. I had one trade in it a few months ago. We bought it at $2.86, got out of it at $2.76, and haven't done anything with it since. Now, a couple of my friends have. They were buying down there a lot lower, but I've not had any interest in it at all. So Steve, I can sit here and BS you, but I'm not going to do that because I first of all, I'm not very good at, maybe I'm better at it than I think, but I don't use it at all, buddy. I really don't. It's so far over my pay grade that I don't, I just can't, I just don't use it. That's basically the bottom line.
What's your take on natural gas right now? What do you think?
Well, we've had a heck of a good rally, but we've
for?
rallied. We rallied almost. Well, we rallied 80 handles from the bottom, so that means there's a major bottom in here. It hasn't had any 382 retracements since right after the first day when we made the bottom down at 205. So what I'm waiting for is to see the first pullback. That's going to tell me, where I've got a good place to enter. And so what I'm watching for is I'm watching the low from 205 in the April natural gas all the way up to 280. Okay, so that's 75 handles. So I'm looking for a retracement on 75 handles. Okay, so the 61% retracement on that would be 47 handles, but the 382 retracement, okay, would be 28 handles. So I'm watching for a 28 handle pullback, which should take us right around the 2.5 level. And if I can see that go down like a day or two, maybe 3 days, just stopping right there, then I know that's where I can buy it. I don't have to risk more than about, $700 on it, and I'll take a shot at it there. But I don't buy strength, and could be nothing more than just a bear market rally, which, who knows where it's going to stop. But I'm waiting for that pullback to tell me where I can get in and how much I have to risk. It's all about how much I risk, my friend. I don't know where crude oil or natural gas is going, but I can promise you this, Steve, nobody else does either, especially when it goes from 10 to 2.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that one out.
Fair enough, Larry. Thank you very much.
Hey, what part of Michigan are you from, Steve?
Like Detroit area.
Oh, that's where Mark Douglas was from there. Yeah, I've been up to visit him several times at his home and years ago when we were in Chicago. But, hey, thanks for calling in, and I hope Michigan makes it into the Big 16 this year in basketball. But as long as they don't play Arizona.
Okay. Have a good day, Larry. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you very much. Speaking of the Sweet 16 coming up, we're in March now, getting ready for the NCAA tournament. I have a little what we call a investment speculation for everybody that wants to bet $10. I am taking the Purdue Boilermakers to win it all at 15-1. So if you put up $10, you win 150, and that's a pretty good odds in my favor. They were ranked 1 for quite a while. They lost a few games in between, really close ones, but they are underrated in my opinion. And but we'll see what happens. I've been really good at this, folks. I had the winner of the NCAA tournament in 1967. Okay. That was the last winner I had, by the way. That was UCLA, and I'm joking about that, but I'm just looking at the probabilities. The fact that you've got a world-class team that is way underrated at 15-1, that's the one you want to look for. Okay. Anyway, off to that. We'll ask Mr. Winsky who's going to win, because he did pretty good on the Super Bowl this year. But we'll move on here to the next one that we need to talk about, which is, let's get on here with the new lows that we made here. This is the June. Okay, the nearby futures for the Treasury bonds has made a new low again today. You can see the 3 drives to a bottom over the last 2 days, perfectly symmetrical. We've had a nice little rally, but remember, we have now violated the 61% retracement by 10 pips. I know you folks might think, well, that's not very much, and maybe it's not. But if this is the bottom today, and I'm not sure that it is, if we start getting above here, I know it's the bottom. And if the stocks start rallying like crazy, then I know it's the bottom. But until that time, we did go down and make new lows. And remember, the long-term chart on bonds is, really bearish. The question is that are we going to get a bounce from the 618, or are we just going to go down basically, for a long, long period of time? That we will know. We're not going to know today, I don't think, but maybe tomorrow or the next day we'll be able to see, where we are. We're almost into the 6-minute time frame here. Oh, we've got to update this because we are so close. This is really close now, boys and girls. Here, we're going to be able to do this live together, so it may be Memorex. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this thing in here, and I'm going to draw the lines in so you'll be able to see where I think it's going to end, okay? And we are very, very close, but we've got another 15 minutes, but I'm going to put the beeper in because that's where I'm going to buy my super-size, small, mini, extra mini, super-size, extra mini, or whatever they call those things. Let's get this up here now. 1 second, boys and girls. It takes me a second to get this to the size that I can show it in the room. And here we go. Bear with me. I love doing this stuff, folks. I'm going to be doing this all day on March the 8th, and Tom Hugard will be joining me on that day, and it will be a lot of fun. So let's get the window up here to change. Here it is. This is live, folks. This is not Memorex. This is live. This is what I'm looking for. Here in the next few minutes, we should hit 39.55 in the S&P. Now, I've been short from up here, and I'm looking for covering it and buying it right here at 39.55. I bought this low, sold that high, buying that low. That's what I've done today. All right, now we're going to be watching it. I've got the beeper on, so it's going to tell me, hey, you know what might happen? This thing might just totally fall out of bed. But because it's followed so perfectly today, you have to assume that maybe there's going to be a rally here. Now, if we get to this point here and this takes off, I don't want to be short. Hey, I'm already 5'9". Why want to be shorter than that? 877-927-6648.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, folks, I posted the chart here of a Goldman Sachs because it got hit so bad yesterday, down about $12. This morning, the opening call was it was going to be $8 higher. based on some news that came out about Goldman Sachs getting some things done with the government. I don't know exactly what it was, but the opening call was $6 to $8 higher. And as you can see, it didn't open there at all. They were also in the news because Goldman Sachs has basically banned anybody working for Goldman Sachs to use the ChatGPT program while at work. They can do whatever they want at home, but they can't use it at work. And the reasoning behind it, the attorney said, was they are afraid that they will be hit with lawsuits of plagiarism. In other words, the AI programs are so sensitive that they draw information from everywhere. You know what metaverse is and all that stuff. Metaverse is data being mined for the data, and you examine the data on the data on the data, and they keep doing that until they get refined to the point where they know pretty much what everybody's buying patterns are going along with and everything else like that. So anyway, that's why they're doing that. All I know is that I use it here to try to give me a small edge in the market, and that's all I'm doing. Now, because we're over the time now where this thing should be bottoming, I have to take a quick look at it here. Well, we're down. We got really close here. We haven't gotten filled yet, but we're within a point or two of the exact price where we're about a penny away, and we're going to find out whether it's going to hit. Now, if it gets filled, and that's we're trying to buy it at 55.75, 39.55.75, and if we get filled there, we're going to use a 10-point stop. But this says that we should be bottoming here within the next 10 or 15 minutes. So if we go past one at the end of the show here and we're not moving higher, it's sayonara. And I'm saying, hey, I don't want to be involved with this. Look at the bonds. There we go. Just almost got there. Did we get it? No, not quite, but we're awfully close. Oh, well, I only missed it by a point. Anyway, we're going to be watching it real closely here. But anyway, look at the Treasury bonds, folks. The Treasury bonds are this is the June, trading at 25.02. The low was 23.29. They've already backed off half a point from the high. Okay, we're filled now. I just hit at the price, 39.75. I see 39.75. Yep. Did it? No, I ain't got filled yet. What's wrong with the program here? Well, it should be filled. Well, let's just hopefully we'll see if we get filled or not. So anyway, this is the timing thing. So we should be right there, right now. And believe me, it's got you're talking about it's 11:32 my time. There we go. We're in it now. Got a big loss now. Oh, back to profit, back to profit, back to loss. I don't even like to watch this. Anyway, now I'm putting a 5-point stop on it. Okay, I bought it at 55.75. I'm going to stop it at 49.75, so 6 points, $300. But if this thing doesn't start moving in the next 10 or 15 minutes, it's telling me, and this thing is so accurate, folks, that it should stop right here. And if it doesn't, then it's no big deal. It's just a losing trade, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, it just hit 39.56, so we made $12.50. I just cashed that out to buy a taco for Sarah for lunch. And no, I'm still in it, folks. Anyway, I'm doing this because, it's live and, you get a little bit of excitement to look at it, watching these darn patterns every day, showing the same patterns doing this, the same patterns doing that. I know you get bored stiff doing it because I get a little bit complacent sometimes when I try to make it interesting as we're looking at these things. So that's really what I'm watching here. And if you don't like it, there's the old what Johnny Carson said, if you don't like it, change channels. That's all you have to do. I'm just doing what I like to do, and whether you like to do it or not, I don't know, but it shows the market does have some semblance of, repetition, and it certainly does it a lot. But nothing is more important from my standpoint, folks, than what we have going on. I'm going to show it to you right now. This is not updated, but is actually into new low ground, and that is the June and the March Treasury bonds both went below this level that we made yesterday. So the fact that we had a 1.5 rally and then gone below it, that means there was not a lot of buying at that time. So that's the whole key to what we're paying attention to. So I hope that makes sense. I don't know if there's any questions. 877-927-6648. I haven't heard from my good friend Mr. Z here any day, so I thought he would call in today and either throw water on my parade and see what's going on. And Maria I just noticed Maria was joking around here. Anyway, hey, folks, this is what I like to do. What is the chart for Goldman Sachs? I put that up there already. I don't know why that. Do you want me to put the Goldman Sachs chart up again and talk about it more? I can do that because I'm just waiting now to see what's going on, and I hear that beeper going off, which is not a good sign when you're in a position. And hold on a second here. I want to change it because I want to move it down to, let me see, the low has been 475. We're 5 1/4. I'm going to put it down here at, I'm just going to put the stop in at 51. I'm going to put it in at 51. I'm not going to risk more than, whoops, looks like we're going to get there pretty quick. That's going to be put in at 51 is what I'm going to do it, exactly 51. I bought it at 39.75. Now I'm going to stop watching it and start moving over to something else. I want to get back to that Goldman Sachs chart because I wanted to give you some heads up on this. Hold on one second here. I'll tell you, folks, I started this at 3:30 this morning with John Jameson, and to see him outline ahead of time what was going to happen with this was really quite amazing. But look at this, folks. Goldman Sachs was up 13 days in a row and stopped exactly at the 78% level. And if you look at this is nothing more than an A, B, C, D completing right here. You take out the week's high by $1 or $2 in a stock that's trading for 430, and then look what's happened to it. Then the news starts to come out. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at these. You see these patterns, folks? You see how that natural channel makes that pattern form on these ratios? That's why they're so interesting. And you know why? It's because they don't work all the time, but they work some of the time, and that's what you're trying to do. And thank you very much, InnoVisual, because I have to show you something that is very important today that happened. So it's coming up right now. So stay tuned to all of you folks here. Hold on one second. We're going to get it right here, God willing. And she usually is, so we'll get this up here. There we go. All right. Okay. There we go. Does an ES target make any sense to you? Whoa, yeah, 39.83. That could easily do that. That's it's got to stop in here. If it makes it 39.83, I'd be happy. Look at that. This is the Dow Jones. The Nasdaq, folks. It made a lower low too. Do you see that? We made a lower low than we did the other day. So that tells you it's very, very important. And we had a heck of a rally. I didn't even update this. This was after the low was made. I wanted to show you that's what was going on. So we're far, far from out of the woods on this darn thing. But, that's pretty much, what we're watching at right now. Okay, now we're at 39.59, and I just put the order in on that new Ferrari. That's a joke. Oh, God help me. Folks. Oh, I wish Mark was here. I could hear this. Listen, that's him slapping me on the side of the head saying, joking about the markets? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Get a break. Put your stop at break even on your stop and pee and forget about it. Forget about it.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, we'll stop at the stop and P here. We had a low of 39.5475. We bought at 39.5575. So put your stop at 39.5375. If you lose there, you lose $50, and it's got to start working, because if it doesn't, and this thing has got a chance to go a lot lower, and bonds are already telling me that it's going to go a lot lower. And also, I posted the chart of that Japanese yen just recently. 2 now 2 days in a row, and if we start getting above 137 in that dollar yen, oh my goodness, you're going to be looking at some real serious stuff in the interest rate market. In other words, higher interest rates, which usually equates to lower stock prices. So this isn't, maybe whether it works or not doesn't make any difference to me. What it does do, it does show you how you can finesse what your entries are and how you can keep your loss just as small as possible. Someone's asked a question about these people that because you're in electronic trading, they start looking at, going after your stops and stuff. Folks, that is total BS. This thing is so big that it doesn't make any difference. Your stop gets hit, it's because somebody's on the other side of the market doing it. So put your stop in. Putting your stops too close is really difficult if you're short-term trading, because, I'm willing to put my stop there because I believe very strongly that we should have made that bottom at that point, and we shouldn't get below 39.54. And if we do, then I don't want to be involved with that. So that's really what I'm trying to do when I'm looking at some of these things. So I certainly hope that helps. At the same time, I'm watching what the currencies are doing. The Japanese yen is still going down against the dollar. The euro's backing off a little bit. Treasury bonds are near the lows of the day, getting ready to break out a major 3 drive to a bottom pattern over the last couple of days. So this is not an easy call, but by golly, if it starts down, it's going to be pretty nasty. And right now, I just glanced at it. I saw the beeper flash again at 39.75. So we get stopped out. I hope you still love me, but that's really what I'm looking at, folks. So I can't do it anything better than that. That's pretty much it. Okay. Question someone had, but just not only about the stop placement and stuff, is about looking at your equity while you're trading. Oh my God, that is just that you can glance at it if you want to, but to do that is really just not a very, very good thing to do, folks. It really isn't. It's just not it's just not a very good thing to do. Okay, so remind ourselves that, you know, when you look at that machine giving you all the flickers and stuff of what the prices are doing, you know, by these times, you'll see that they're basically you're you're looking at something that is pretty difficult to do. Back when I was trading on the Merc, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, we didn't get our equity runs until 7 o'clock the next day. You didn't even know where your positions were until 7 o'clock the next day, not alone what your net equity was. So those are some of the things that you got to pay, you know, pretty close attention to when you're realizing that these numbers, they don't care where your stops are. These guys are out there trading against you on the same side as you. It doesn't make any difference. But what does make a difference is that they have orders in just like you do, and no one's out there searching for their stops. I worked in the pits. I watched them do that. They do not do that. I mean, they get hit because they're there with other orders, but they're not searching for your one lot or anything. You know, oops, guess we're out at a $1. We've just lost $50. Thank you for joining me here at TFNN, folks. I'll be appearing on the Comedy Hour for Saturday Night Live on Saturday on how not to trade. But that's the way we do it sometimes, and that's pretty much it. So I think we're probably going to be going lower here, and it doesn't look very good right now. Anyway, let's move on here to a couple other things. I'm not really going to quit, folks. I like this too much. I know, even though I had a losing trade today, that's the way it goes. By the way, those of you that did the cattle trade, that's working very well. It's picked up well over $500 and some so far. And it's doing pretty good. The crude oil, the soybean oil, the two short positions in that was great, and then the long was great. And we broke even on the bonds. We had an $1,100 profit in that bond trade. Ended up breaking even, just like here with the S&P. We said sayonara on that one. So that's pretty much what we're paying attention to here today. So someone asked me a question: did I go short at that level? No, I did not. I just got out of the position, and I am just standing aside. And if I get some type of an ABCD rally here, I'll probably do something with it. But frankly, it's not something that I'm just too excited about. Hey, who knows? I might have got stopped out near the low today. I don't know. I'm just trying to give you the heads up that it should have stopped right where it did. It didn't, and so that didn't fulfill the necessary things that I want. But everything up until that point was absolutely perfect. And folks, here's what's interesting, and this is why I get excited about this. Folks, I had that 2 hours ago. In other words, I had a hunch it was going to come down into this point 2 hours ago. That's why I was selling up in here. Okay, so I covered my short, went long, lost 1 point, and what can I do? Made 14 points on the way down. That's not so bad. I hope that helps. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing on the March the 8th to see what's going on. But, okay, any other questions? No questions coming in right now, so that's a good thing. About the natural gas, we've had that pretty big move. I just posted that ABCD on the UNG, which has had a pretty good move off of that. So I believe that the natural gas, let's just get it up here. Since we are having it here, we'll just get it right here. Hopefully, oops, I don't have it here today because I did too many things. Oh, gosh. Hey, folks, you know what? How much time we got? Oh, we got just a little bit of time. Let me show you. Forget the natural gas. Well, no, let's do natural gas. I don't want to forget it because I know people are looking at it. And we'll be looking at it, of course, on March the 8th, very, very exclusively. I'll probably be sure to trade that. And let's see where we are now. Okay, I'm going to go down to a 4 hour so you can see that we've had one hell of a rally here. And what we're waiting for here and stuff like that is, okay, there's where we are right here. See, I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this AB equals CD pattern to come in right here. Okay, that's what I'm waiting for. But I'm going to be sending out a video tonight. I'll do it tonight probably. It's about the wheat market, boys and girls. As excited I am is about these markets that were going on today, believe it or not, I'm super excited about what's going to be happening on wheat on March the 8th. I mean, these things are lining up so beautiful with all these patterns. I did a teaser on that, so hold on just a minute. Hold on. This is it. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, please don't hide from me now. Here it is. Okay, here's what we're going to be watching, folks. This is what pattern recognition is all about. We're going to go to a daily chart on wheat. This is March wheat because I did this quite a while ago. But there, you see this pattern that's right here in the far left in that red box? This red box right here is this exact same pattern happening now on March the 8th. So stay tuned. That's going to be a really nice one. So that's what we're watching here. Let's take a break. Wow, time goes fast when you're having fun. And God, how am I going to make up for that big loss I took in these? Oh.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, I posted a chart of the euro up here. This is the most actively traded thing in the world. You'll note this is an hourly chart. You can see the big ABCD to the downside. You can see the ABCD to the upside. This is where the short sale came in here early this morning. And remember, folks, when I'm doing this, these things work some of the time, but they don't work all of the time. And you can get pretty good at highs and lows of the day just by looking at the statistics in the Floor Trader's Handbook. But look what happened to the euro here, folks. This I'm going to show you the AI. The red line will be the AI, okay? And basically, you can see here the high was made early in the morning. There was your 61% retracement on your hourly, and the prediction says it's a high probability the euro makes its high or low around this time of the day or this time of the day. And of course, you can see it has the big move down. Then it's supposed to rally up. And look what happened here. You see how it started to diverge? Okay, there's 228 bars in a 2-minute AI program for the day. So by now you've gone through 180 bars. So the last part of the day, if it's not following absolutely perfectly, that tells you that there's something wrong. That's why that time frame that we're looking at there at 11:30 in the stock indices was so very, very important. So I hope that that gives you some idea of what's going on with these things. And maybe I should have kept my stop at 51. 39.51 in the S&P, but I decided to take just a 1 point loss. But we didn't quite get there. But I don't believe that we're going to be going higher today, folks. That's basically the bottom line of what we're looking at right here. So I hope that helps. Hey, folks, live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And please try to do something nice for your neighbors. And also, if you're going to come to the program on the 8th, Tom Hugard will be joining me there for an hour, talking about the things he did right and the things he did wrong in his trading, which will be what we call priceless. See you all tomorrow, folks. May God bless. Our guest tomorrow will be Shane Smolian and Stan Harley on Friday.
Building wealth